Welcome to the Heart-Centered Entrepreneur Podcast. I want you to be rich. Yes, I want abundant financial success for your business. But I don't just care about your business making money. I care about you too. I want you to be rich in happiness, in the impact you make, in your relationships, and in how you give back. I'm Anna. I built my six-figure business as a side hustle while I was pregnant with my daughter in 2016. Now I've helped dozens of women do the same. I'm here to help you build a profitable, heart-centered, fully booked business with the latest tips on sales and visibility, with proven mindset hacks, and sneak peeks behind the scenes with what's working right now in the online space and in my business. Ready to make more money with heart? Let's go. I don't know about you, but motherhood is hard. It is challenging. And one of the questions that I get most from my community is, Anna, how do you show up and be a present and patient mom when, that's what's so important to you, but also you like to work and you like to do things outside of being a mama and you like to make money. And I thought there was no one better to ask than my community. So I asked some of my amazing mastermind clients and friends to pipe in and share their biggest tip when it comes to balancing motherhood and business, because if there's one thing I know, I don't have all the answers, but what I do know is that having community and support from like-minded moms who are in it, doing the hard work, the brave work, is everything. So I hope you laugh, cry, smile through these beautiful tips from my community. And just remember that you don't have to do business alone. Like, it's safe to, and that's why I love the mastermind that I run so much, is it really is rising together, having coaching support, but really having women that know you and love you and get you, can speak truth to you, that get where you're at, whether you're a mom or not. You deserve that support from women that get you. So I hope that you take these next tidbits as just notes, audio notes from your biz besties, giving you some love, giving you some advice, giving you a hug, and reminding you that you're not alone. Motherhood, business, it can be so lonely. It can be so challenging. I feel like motherhood is that thing that for me has brought me to my knees and just been such a reflection of all the parts in me that I need to heal, just like business does. It just exposes us, right? But the beautiful thing is we can be exposed and get better together. So without further ado, here's my beautiful heart-centered entrepreneur community giving you some of their best tips on balancing motherhood and business.
Hi, my name is Anna Mulliken, and I've built a coaching business that helps people find breakthrough. I specifically help people be able to shift out of stuck areas and move into their desired reality through practical coaching, healing work, and spiritual work. Today, I wanted to share my number one tip for balancing motherhood and business well, and that is, my friends, to pursue breakthrough for any places you feel stuck in motherhood. Even if most of motherhood feels like it's going right, many of us moms have areas that don't feel, where we don't experience that blissful peace in motherhood, internally or even practically. Carrying things like guilt and overwhelm, or feeling unsure of how to help a kid move past a stuck area really takes up so much of our energy. So my best tip is to resolutely pursue resolving as much as possible and moving into your breakthrough, to free you up to be the mom you want and the business owner you want. And I will say, I want to leave you with my best suggestion on where to start in pursuing freedom and breakthrough is to first begin by naming where you feel stuck and then naming your preferred reality. There's something so powerful that happens when we just can name and really define those things. And then the next step I would encourage you with, and I want to leave you with this thought, is that you can't really find breakthrough until you restore your belief that breakthrough is possible. And I am here to say, my friends, after seeing a lot of women work through breakthrough is possible. We don't have to just manage these things. but real change can come, and that can free up so much energy to pursue the things that are in your heart, like motherhood and business. I would love to support you in any way I can to move towards breakthrough. You can follow me on Instagram at Anna Resolved. I'd love to have you join my community and partner with you in any way I can.
Hi, my name is Tracy May, and I'm the CEO of Miracle Moments Matter, and I help preemie moms find their strength, navigate the unexpected, and reclaim control over their life so that they can embrace their new normal and find joy in their journey. And today I want to share with you my number one tip for how I balance motherhood and business. My top tip is setting boundaries for yourself using visual cues. So we all have a finite amount of time and energy, and you have to find a balance that works for you between work and family, knowing that there may come a time or a season where there's going to be an imbalance on either side. For me, because I work from home most of the time, the lines between work and family oftentimes get blurred. And to help with that, I use visual cues when setting boundaries. So for example, when I end my workday, I actually log off my computer. I don't just lock it, and I shut the door to my office. Occasionally, I'll finish dinner, be doing something, and I will remember something I need to do and run down to the office. But when I see the door shut, it actually causes a disruption in my brain. And I'm left with a conscious decision at that point about whether or not I want to take time away from my family or do the thing that I came downstairs to do. Now, this is really helpful because if I left that door open, I would just come in and sit down and probably be working on something an hour later or continue to find things that I could do. That's just one way to use a visual cue to kind of cause a disruption in your brain. But you could use a Post-it note as a visual cue throughout your house for things, or just find an object that will cause you to kind of just stop for a second and think about the actions you're going to take. And so that's my number one tip for how I've found a balance between motherhood and business. But if you're a preemie mom or know of a preemie mom looking to find more balance, I would love to connect. And you can find me on both Facebook and Instagram at Miracle Moments Matter.
Hi, my name is Amber Carver, and I'm a wife, mama, mental health advocate, nutrition and wellness coach, and the CEO of Amber Carver, LLC. I help overwhelmed, high-achieving empaths attain sustainable energy so that they can be fully present in their life without sacrificing their health. And today I want to share my number one tip for balancing motherhood and business. And that is, give yourself permission to prioritize your own wellness needs by hitting the easy button. When I started giving myself permission to only go to one grocery store instead of 5, or to buy the pre-chopped vegetables or veggie tray instead of the whole head of broccoli, thinking that I was going to have time to chop them myself, I gave myself a gift of freedom. Freedom from unrealistic expectations that I was putting on myself that often left me in a guilt spiral. I became better able to show up for myself and family when I made this choice. And I see this for clients too. When they remove their own unrealistic expectations for what health must mean, they learn to thrive. In fact, they even begin to enjoy the process of living in health because it no longer feels like a burden or unattainable. Give yourself permission to choose what works for you, to hit the easy button. If this resonates with you, I'd love for you to come follow me over on the gram at Amber Carver LPC NTP.
Hi. My name is Brianna Wilkerson. I am the CEO of Madewell 345, and I am a holistic health coach, business coach, life coach, just a coach, really helping women prioritize, particularly moms, prioritize their health, their self-care, and fulfilling the potential in their lives, which for many of them actually is starting a business and fulfilling a purpose through there, right? And so, when it came to having my first child 3+ years ago and really trying to balance this new thing, this new identity shift life, this new time filler called motherhood and business, which I was doing about 5 years prior to that, I realized when I worked, I had to, one, know what I was doing, and two, make sure that what I was doing was actually moving my business forward and wasn't wasting time. You know, I think when it comes to business, there's so many ways to market. There's so many ways to be visible. There's so many ways to sell. There's so many ways to create content, to create platforms, all these different things. And if you're trying to do all the things, you're actually not doing anything. And so for me, it was getting crystal clear on what do I need to be doing when I actually am working, right? So if I only had 30 minutes in the morning, or if I had their nap times, or if I had childcare during a time, I knew exactly what I was doing with that time. That was those money-making, those CEO, those income-producing activities that was going to move the needle forward in my business, and still is, right? And it's interesting because I definitely work less, but I feel like I know I have way more results, way more clarity, way more peace of mind. So when I'm working, I'm working. When I'm not working, I'm not working. Does that make sense? So if you are a mom already doing a business, or you're thinking about starting one, I really encourage you to get really, really clear on what are those things that you have seen or that you're learning about that could really move your type of business forward. Commit to doing that for 90 days and see what happens. All right. And so grateful to just be in your ear. And I don't know it all, but I've been doing this 8 years and I have learned a thing or two on the way. And I just want to continue to see other women rise up, see other more moms make money, and be unafraid to make money, and to really empower other women and moms to realize that they have a beautiful potential, beautiful purpose. And I think business could be one of the ways that they could fulfill it, that you could fulfill it. All right. So I would love to connect with you further. If you go to Instagram, brianna.k.wilkerson, you can find me there and we can chat and just encourage one another, because I love connecting with other moms, with other women, with other entrepreneurs, but specifically other mompreneurs. All right. I'll see you soon.
Hi, my name is Dallas Woodburn, and I'm a best-selling author and book coach who helps women entrepreneurs give birth to the books inside their hearts to grow their businesses and their legacies. My number one tip for balancing motherhood and business is to seize tiny chunks of time to move forward on your goals and give yourself credit for those bits and pieces. I like to set a timer for 8 minutes and give my whole attention to a task. And it always surprises me how much forward momentum can happen in such a short amount of time. And this is an especially good practice when you don't feel like doing something, because you can do anything for 8 minutes, right? I had my second baby this past December, and this year, as a new mom of 2, I was able to write, edit, and publish my new book, Your Book Matters, by using these tiny increments of time to work on it consistently every day. If you have a book on your heart, I'd love to invite you to check out my podcast, the Thriving Authors Podcast. I release a new episode every Friday.
Hi, I'm Devin, and I'm the CEO of an interior design company. I help people redesign their space one room at a time to find joy and peace and stability that translates to all areas of their lives. I love that as an entrepreneur, I can design my days around my family schedule, and that I can protect my afternoons and my evenings and even some mornings for my kiddos. My number one tip for balancing motherhood and business is to involve my daughters in my entrepreneurial journey. I share accomplishments with them and even some of the struggles so that they see what goes into my work and what it looks like to own what I do. And because I've made staying present and engaged with what's going on in their lives a priority as well, I am modeling balance to my kiddos. They get to see me work hard in my business, and they get to see me set aside time for them. This is how I hope to pass along a legacy of working hard and creating space and intention for the things that matter most in life. It's not always easy, and I'm so grateful to have incredible support from Anna and her crew. And I'm constantly working hard to create balance in the rest of my life as well. Exercise, food, travel, friends, fun. However, it may not be a surprise that my favorite place to lean into balance and stability is in my own home with functional design. If you want to hear more about how interior design can increase balance and stability in your life, follow along with me at Design Coach on Instagram.
Hello, I'm Kim Hawley, the CEO of Intuitive Parenting, and I help tired parents of babies and toddlers support better sleep through a holistic and responsive approach. My number one tip for balancing motherhood and business is to check in with yourself and prioritize micro moments of self-care. These are not the exciting, fun, flashy types of self-care, but they are the things that we need every day to be doing to show up as the best mom, as the best version of ourselves in business, as the best version of ourselves in all the areas of our life. And, it can take effort and discipline and also self-reflection to figure out what these things are for you, but they really matter. And it starts with checking in with your own needs throughout the day. What do you need in that moment? Is it a drink? Is it a snack? Is it some fresh air? Is it a moment to take a few deep breaths? Check in with your own regulation. That's a lovely practice. And then it's also just the rhythms and things that help you show up as the best version of yourself. For me, these are things like coffee in the quiet before my kids get up, lots of sunlight, exercise, running in particular, quiet moments to myself when my kids are being really, really loud to step away, and lots of time to listen to audiobooks, which are my favorite way to decompress. And that, along with some boundaries around not always feeling like I should be sneaking in extra work, makes such a huge difference for me in the way that I show up, and holding myself to do these things every day, every week, to keep that momentum going and really take care of myself. I talk a lot about self-care with the work that I do with families because that's such an important part of showing up and supporting sleep and connecting with our littles and meeting their needs. And so if you have a little, a baby or toddler, and sleep is a big topic for you, I would love to see you over on my podcast, the Responsive Family Sleep Podcast.
Hi, my name is Jessie Halverson, and I'm the CEO of Mom Elevated. I help people, moms especially, find their path and their journey and to increase their impact and income without breaking the bonds that they have with their babies. And today I want to share my number one tip for balancing motherhood and business. And that, for me, is shifting your expectations. In order to find a balance, which I don't think there necessarily is a full-on balance between motherhood and business. I think that shifts every day, and you have to find your center so that that center can shift from moment to moment, from day to day. It's like a teeter-totter, and you just have to find that point that makes you feel balanced that day. And so shifting your expectations can help tremendously in knowing what you're putting on yourself and what you're putting on yourself from others, what you're putting on yourself from society, and what you can let go of. What is it that is holding you back because you're so stressed out about it? Is your house a mess? That's probably okay. As long as it's not filthy, you're going to pick it up. You're going to see those messes, and yes, it definitely makes you feel a lot better once you get it done, but you have to figure out what your priorities are that day for your expectations. So are you expecting everything to be perfect? That's probably detrimental to your productivity for that day and balancing your motherhood and business. So that is my biggest tip, and I think that's great. If you would like to find me, work with me, momelevated.com has all the things. You can find me on social. You can find all of my programs there, how to work with me in any capacity. I have quarterly support, monthly support, one-on-one support to help you find those expectation shifts that you need to make, and to organize your priorities, and to manage your time and energy. I'm here to help with all of those things. So thank you so much. I hope you have a great day, and I hope that helps. Bye.
Hi, my name is Caitlin Denning, and I'm the CEO of Mother Nurture, where I coach busy working moms to effectively and efficiently manage their time so they can spend more of it doing things that they enjoy, both at work and at home. And today, I want to share my favorite tip for balancing motherhood and business, and that is to right size your to-do list. What does that mean? Well, it means only expecting yourself to complete or cross off the number of tasks or projects or to-dos that you actually have time for. I used to start every day with a to-do list a mile long and then frantically try to squeeze in as much as I could while I had childcare for my 3 young kids. But without any regard to how much actual time I had to do the work, not to mention my energy or how well I slept last night, I almost always came up short. And I would end my workday feeling kind of frustrated with myself. And that would carry over into my evening with my kids, where I would tend to be short with them as well. But when I started to first look at how much time I actually had to work, after client calls, appointments, or obligations, I would then choose the tasks, the most important tasks, that I could complete in that amount of time. The other things that used to live on my never-ending daily to-do list were never going to get done anyway. So now I just put them to the side on a separate list as options that I can choose to work on the next day or next week. And I keep my focus and attention just on what I have the capacity for today. So my challenge for you is to make a list each day that you know you can complete, to have the goal of crossing everything off so that you finish your workday feeling empowered. You just completed your to-do list for the day. And that energy, I promise you, is going to follow you into your second shift as you spend time with your kids and with yourself, feeling so good about the work you're doing and the progress you're making because you set yourself up today to succeed. If you're a busy working mom looking for tips and coaching to better balance and enjoy work and life, come find me on Instagram at Love Mother Nurture.
Hi, I'm Kathy Bustamante, and I help online store owners who sell eco-friendly, organic, and sustainable products grow their audience and sales with ease. I work with clothing, jewelry, beauty products, and really any physical products that are ethically made. And my tip for today will hopefully help combat mama guilt that working mothers often carry. You'll want to block a chunk of time on your calendar every week for you and your child. It can be as little as 1 hour or all day, depending on what's realistic for you. You'll also need a cup or a jar and about 20 to 25 popsicle sticks. On each popsicle stick, you'll write a different activity, such as make a craft, bake cookies, watch a show, etc., all depending on the interest of your child, of course. My daughter gets to choose a popsicle stick, and then we do whatever that activity might be together. You can also have your child choose the popsicle stick ahead of time so you can be sure you have any materials or ingredients you'll need. So that's it. I hope you'll give it a try. It's been a great way for my daughter and I to connect and for her to feel like she gets my undivided attention and for me to feel a lot less guilt. So it's a win-win. Okay, and if you have a product-based brand and want support to get more sales, head over to my private Facebook group, Marketing Made Simple for Eco Brands, or you can also find me on Instagram at eco_strategist. Bye. Thanks.
Hello, my name is Ruth Ann Rafiq, and I am the owner and brand designer of Our Art Space, where I help six-figure coaches and service providers scale their businesses and skyrocket their authority through a premium, start-to-finish rebranding process that reflects their big vision, vibe, and values. Today, I would love to share my number one tip for balancing motherhood and business, and that is to know what success looks like for you. I don't know about you, but when I'm scrolling on Instagram, sometimes I see people making 20K months or multi-six-figure years. And while that is wonderful and sharing your wins is important, sometimes it can make me feel like I'm behind or I can just get discouraged. And because let me paint the picture for you. I am a mom of a 3.5-year-old and an 8-month-old, and we're hoping to have another baby. So things are just busy. It's a very physically demanding phase of motherhood, as you know, just with nursing and everything else. So I'm just in the thick of it, and I'm in a different season than a lot of other women entrepreneurs that I follow, and that's okay. And so sometimes it's easy for me to get not sidetracked, but kind of discouraged with the really big financial goals I have for myself and feeling like I'm not there yet. But something that helps me stay on track and encouraged is that, I just don't have a lot of time to dedicate to my business right now. And that is by choice, because I want to be available at home with my kids and being their primary caretaker in their young years. And that's really important to me. My business has always been about moving around my life so that in different seasons, it can support me in different ways. And right now it's supporting me with creativity. And supplementing our finances. And in this season, that's enough for me because that's my version of success. So I just want to encourage you, whatever season you're at in your motherhood journey, go back to what is the most important thing to you right now. What does success look like for you? As Anna has told me, you can have it all, but maybe just not all right now. And that has really helped me knowing that I will reach my goals, and it might not be this month, this year, but I will reach them if I keep going. And so I hope that encourages you too. And it'll help you feel so much more fulfilled in your work, knowing that you're right where you should be in this season and that you are successful because you're living out your version of success. I hope this was really encouraging. If you would like to follow along with me and check out what I'm doing, you can listen to my podcast called Rebrand with Ruth Ann, where we go through the rebranding journey and like what goes into the process with my clients and all that kind of thing. Or you can connect with me over on Instagram. I would love to chat with you. Feel free to slide into my DMs. I am at r_artspace.
Hi, my name is Sean Arsenault, and I am the CEO of Align Well Collective, where I help nurse entrepreneurs and other healers feel safe to be seen and streamline their biz operations so that they can tap into the most creative parts of themselves and share their healing gifts with the world in a way that feels in total alignment with their soul's purpose. And today I wanted to share my one tip for balancing business and motherhood, and that is giving yourself space and permission to feel everything. As a brand new mom who gave birth to my first baby earlier in 2023, I have experienced so many highs and lows emotionally, mentally, and physically, and part of my growth and my healing in this area. And in balancing business and motherhood has really been focused on increasing my capacity to feel not just the good stuff, the happy moments and emotions, but also the really dark stuff as well. Grief for my life before baby, resentment, anger, loneliness, isolation. These are all feelings that I felt and experienced. And for so long, I judged myself for feeling these things. And I think as high achieving women, we expect ourselves to be strong and to push through these dark moments and to continue performing at this high level. I mean, we naturally have really high expectations for ourselves in how we show up in both our businesses and as moms. But the one thing that I want you to remember here, and this is something that I'm pulling directly from my own recent experience, is that you are not just a mama or a business owner. You are a multifaceted human being. Every piece of you is so beautiful, not just the positive, successful, productive parts of you, but also those really dark, raw parts of you as well. And to increase your capacity to feel joy and success and all of the good things, you need to give yourself permission and space to feel everything else. And this has been something that has been so important for me in my own journey. And I think if all of us mamas can lift each other up and support each other and hold space for each other to really be in our human experience in a totally self-compassionate way, I think there can be so much harmony created between our mom life and our business life. And so for all of the mamas who resonated with this piece of wisdom, I'd love to hang out with you and lift you up and hold space for you. Over on Instagram, you can follow me at Nurse Coach Sean.
Thanks for hanging out today. Please hit that subscribe button so you can make sure to stay updated anytime a new episode drops. And I would love for you to join me in my free Facebook community. It's called The Heart-Centered Entrepreneur. We discuss the podcast episodes. I regularly go live and do free trainings. And you may even meet your newest biz bestie. So you can join at heartcenteredcommunity.com. It's absolutely free, and I cannot wait to see you in there.